Hey, what's up, everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Today we're checking out the Hellfire Emperor. He's actually one of my favorite codex bosses, and I don't really know why. I just really enjoy this one. I think it's really simple. It's really easy to push. It's really easy to learn. If you want to get in like the top 100, it's a little more difficult because it becomes a little more hero dependent, but I do love it. And this video is all about going over everything Hellfire Emperor and teaching you everything I could possibly think of about this boss. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so the Hellfire Emperor. As you can see right now, I'm only sitting at 2,500,000. It's pretty hard to get past that 1.92. For the point rewards, you do need to get past the 1.84 million points in order to get the maxed out SSS and get all the guild or all the Immortal Codex coins that you can get. So, and that's what we're going to kind of focus on today. Now, there's a lot of good heroes for this boss, including a very select few epic heroes that do a really good job. Anyways, let's go over the kit here and the description. The Hellfire Emperor summons monsters, compelling them to move toward him. These monsters gradually lose HP, and upon their demise, they deal damage to the Hellfire Emperor while restoring HP to the nearest hero. It is imperative for heroes to prevent the absorption of these monsters by the Hellfire Emperor, or boosts his attack. The Hellfire Emperor periodically deals damage to all his enemies, and in the boss rush enhancement, heroes' HP will continuously regenerate. Okay, so as an enhancement for you, you get HP back continuously. You also get HP from the units that you're taking out. And we'll go over the kit here and the skills, and you should be able to understand how to damage the boss. Blazing Sovereignty. After the Hellfire Emperor enters the boss rush phase, his HP becomes infinite, and the number of monster spawn points increases to 4. Purifying Inferno now deals damage 2 times, and monsters' attack will be boosted for each wave spawned. Every time a new wave comes out, the more damage that they're going to be able to do when they're hitting your units. Alright, the Domineering Call. Periodically summons Fire Seekers and summons Fire Fanatics instead during the boss rush phase. So the Fire Seekers are the ones that come out in the first part, and then they return into Fire Fanatics in the second phase, when you get the normal fight. When Fire Seekers and Fire Fanatics approach the Hellfire Emperor, they will sacrifice themselves to empower the Hellfire Emperor's attack. We're trying to just hold these guys back. We're just trying to block them the best we can from getting past our units and going up the center. It all makes sense in a minute. Let's go over to Hellfire Incarnate. The Hellfire Emperor cannot be targeted by heroes or receive damage from them. So unlike, like to say, the Healer Codex boss, the Hellfire Emperor you can't put a fighter pointing at him and do damage to him. And I believe it should say that you can't do any debuffs or anything like that either, so it wouldn't make sense to do that. Purifying Inferno. The Hellfire Emperor periodically releases Purifying Inferno, dealing with damage 1 time to all enemies on the field. In the boss rush phase, Purifying Inferno deals damage 2 times. Just as AoE damage that he's kind of doing there. Over to the guide section just a moment. Here is your Fire Seekers. These are the smaller ones that are going to come out the top before the boss rush phase starts. And then we have the Fire Fanatics. These ones are going to come around at the top, get caught here, and there's going to be a group of them coming from the bottom as well. So you're going to get like double whammy on each side, and you have all of these squares. You can only use ground units on the Hellfire Emperor. Flame Crux loses 1% of max HP per second. When being blocked by a hero, the HP loss per second significantly escalates. So like I said, you're trying to block these infernal units, what are they called? Fanatics. And the idea is to hold them back as long as they can. And when you're holding them back, they're going to take a ton of damage. They also drop Spirit of Fury and Spirit of Vigor upon death. The Spirit of Fury attacks the Hellfire Emperor, while the Spirit of Vigor restores HP to the nearest hero. So if you're holding them back, you're taking a ton of damage, you get really low health. And as soon as that little mob of Fanatics die, what essentially is going to happen is they're going to heal that unit up. It does a lot of healing. It actually works pretty well. In Infernal form, it receives only 1 point of damage from all heroes. So if you're attacking them, you can only give them 1 point of damage. There's not really any way to actually just attack them. The Hellfire Emperor is just going to do what we just went over. It's pretty straightforward. Now, popular heroes. You're going to see Broke here is going to be like one of the top heroes. This is essentially because he's really easy to keep alive. He's also of the North Throne faction, so North Throne faction is going to be really powerful here. Now, this is going to be a little skewed from what I believe to be the best heroes to be on the Hellfire Emperor, because I think that Isolde, even though she's an epic, belongs there. We have Evelyn, even though she's an epic, she typically belongs there. You can make it into the top 100 with those two heroes on your team. Baron's really tough to keep alive. Rox is kind of the same story. Livian does all right as well. I've done a full epic team. I've gotten SS plus, I believe, but I think with the really top gear, you could probably get it done. But at that point, if you have top gear, you're probably going to use some legendaries instead. Crodor is going to be very top end. Cyrus as well, with his summons that he puts out. He summons those skeletons. Those guys can block. Those guys can help reduce the damage that Cyrus is taking. Gon has a massive block of like 6 when his ultimate's going. Captain Reeve is really popular for slows. Trusk is another one that has an increased block and increased defense and stats while he is in his ultimate form. Regulus does damage reduction and so on. That's what you're kind of looking for, is a lot of high block. Now let's go into the challenge mode here and show you kind of like what I use. As you can see, I'm even running an Oleg on my team. Now I could probably choose to find a unit with higher block. That is a possibility. So if I go over here and just go into the hero area, what you can do is go to tag filter and then look for, I think they have a high block one. It's also on prospector.gg if you want to check that out. Don't bother with Dahlia. She can't really do anything. You can't place her on the field anyways. I see Crodor and Gon are up there, really high block. Isolde has an added block, I think, at her base. No, it's on her ultimate here. Right here. Applies block increase. Oh, it's going to be a block +1, so he's going to have 4, plus a blaster ring, it's going to be 5. You kind of just have to count how much block you have out of each unit and then place them like so. And we have Evelyn here. She's very unique because her block is a base of 4 right into her kits, right? You don't have to worry about using any skills or anything like that. Or show you this on prospector.gg quickly. Quick shout out to the website. Go to prospector.gg. You can pull this up, and when you go to hero guides, you can click on that same filter with high block right here. And you're going to be able to see the heroes that are available for high block, because that was only showing the heroes that I have. So if you want to see the heroes that you have, you can just go on here and you can choose from here. Now Malvira is also very popular because she does that really cool pull. So if a unit gets past somebody, she can pull them back into them. Hopefully, like right after she takes out the ones that she's blocking, you can pull them back in and try to re-block them again. All right, so don't forget to check this out, guys. This is pretty cool. You click on the members page. We have tons of members on here. I believe we're at 120-ish members, 110, 120 members. We definitely do it with many more. We also have Smile of One banners on here, so you can just use that for my exclusive link if you want anything. All you have to do is type in here what hero you want to look for, type in Rygar, search, the hero will pop up, and you can see their kits. We have news and info in here. For example, let us go to Nastia. So here's Nastia. We have her skills here, we have her gear sets here, the artifacts you should be using, attributes, awakening, their BP as well, thanks to Sebastian Kane's. Stage ratings here for every single stage that's in the game. And then we also have a video related content if there is any from myself or Sebastian or any other content creator that is helping out with the website. Shout out to the content creators. If you want to get your videos placed on the hero guides pages, let me know. We can try to work out something where you can help out. Anyways, let's get back to it. How to gear these guys. Most of them are going to be the same, but you're going to have a priority difference based on the hero and where they're going to be placed. So you want your highest block, most tankiest unit to be up in the top corners, left and right. Those guys will activate periodically, try to hold back as many units as they can. So when they come down to the other units, there's not so many those guys are trying to hold back. So for me, it's going to be Crodor. He's really tanky. He lasts a really long time. And then Oleg does a really good job on one of the top corners as well, because he has that massive shield. He has an increased block into his skills. I think it's on his ultimate. He also has damage reduction by 50% and increases his block by 1. So he's very, very cool for this. Now, how do we build these guys? So how do we build them? Every one of these guys is going to be built pretty much the same to the best that you can do it. Just prioritize them by who's going to be taking the most damage. Tempered Will is a really good set, but now that we have Unshaken Will as well, Unshaken Will is going to, when deployed, if HP increases by plus 20%, that's a ton for some of these guys. When attacked, recovers 5% of max HP, triggers up to 1 time every 5 seconds, so it's going to help them stay alive. So if you have an Unshaken Will, you have a unit that's a hard time staying alive, Unshaken Will can be a really good option for you. Tempered Will works really good as well as Guardian set. Damage reduction plus 15% for each enemy blocked, increases defense by 5%, stacking up to 4 times. And then we want Astral Guardian on the left side, trying to pick up HP bonus, defense bonus, flat defense, flat HP if you can get it, rage regen as well. Rage regen is going to be a nice priority factor that you're going to be looking for. Guardian sets, your Tempered Will sets, Unshaken Will sets, because you want their ultimates going off as often as possible to increase their block, increase their stats, whatever they do during their ultimate. It's definitely going to help you out a ton based on the unit. 50 to 80% rage regen is always ideal. Now on the stats, you're going to go full HP percentage. HP percentage, HP percentage, HP percentage. Substats on the left side is going to be priority, HP percentage, and HP percentage, right? Unless you're trying to pick up some rage regen. Substats priority on the right side is going to be defense percentage and rage regen. Attack speed and flat HP is what you're going to be looking for. All 3 pieces, all of the heroes, all the way through. Artifacts. Some heroes are going to have their own exclusive artifacts. Somebody like Brokir can do really good with their own exclusive artifact. I think there is one for... what is his name? Hold on 1 second. Who was it? I think there was one for Captain Reeve that you don't want to use. You want to use a Bastion Ring instead. I think there is one for... I think that's all I can think of right now. But there's plenty of exclusive artifacts. The Bastion Ring is always going to work best because the Bastion Ring increases their block. So when deployed, increases block by 1, and for every blocked unit, increases physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction by 9%, stacking up to 4 times. So that's definitely going to be the artifact you're going to go for. With that being said, try to increase your block as much as you can with your hero roster. Go through their kits, see how much block they actually have, and then go from there. So let's get into the fight. I'll show you how you kind of place these down. It's pretty straightforward, and just try to run it over and over and time things differently until you get it down. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can here. Starting off, before you get into the boss rush phase, we want to stop these guys as soon as possible on the second wave. If you can hold all the guys back on the second wave, you can get into the boss rush phase a lot sooner. So for that reason, we're going to put Oleg up here, facing in. Then we're also going to put Crowder up here, facing in. The first wave is going to go through him, so we're going to put Isolde here, facing downwards. We're going to put Cyrus here, facing to the right. He will spawn a skeleton over here to help out Isolde. Gon has a higher block than Trusk, so we're going to place him here. And then we're going to place our Trusk right here. Alright, so now these guys are going to start coming through. Their rage is going to start building up. Oleg, you do want to use this ultimate in this fight because you want to hold these guys back. Now the second wave is going to start coming down. And as soon as it does and they get close to your units on the top right and top left, activate their ultimates to increase their block and hold these units back as long as possible. Typically, they should be able to hold them all back where they don't get past here, and you should go in the boss rush phase a lot sooner. See, they just held them back in time. Now these guys, you don't have to wait for them to walk down here, get blocked by a unit, let their health deplete a little further. You just have it all done now. This is a big tip for most of the Immortal Codex bosses, trying to get it so you go into the boss rush phase sooner so you have more time in the fight. Alright, so Cyrus, we're going to periodically respawn a skeleton. That skeleton will block. I think it's just 1 unit though, but that will help keep the block going for these guys over here. And then Trusk will use periodically to help us out if we're struggling. If you use Trusk here and you have units sitting on Gon and they get past Gon, a lot of the times they will get held up by Trusk on the other side. So that's why we put these two down here facing each other. Now the block is actually a little weaker on the left side, so units will get past our Oleg pretty consistently if he's not in his ultimate form. You can have his big old shield up. Alright, so here we don't really have to worry about anything too much right now. We can activate Gon here to make sure that we're holding all these units back. You can kind of count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a base block of 3. If he activates his ultimate, it goes up to 6. So I can activate that now, and that should hold him back. The Isolde is going to be fine over here with Cyrus's skeleton spawn that's up here. The second wave is going to come in now. And we're going to activate Oleg and our Crodor. Try to hold them back off these guys while they finish off them as much as we can. It's not going to be perfect. I can't guarantee the best results at all times. It's just what it is, right? So now we're going to activate... Now we're going to let these guys go for now. We'll keep an eye on Cyrus's skeleton. It's pretty straightforward, guys. Activate ultimates when you feel like you need them, and think about it strategically. The count is going to go through here, so if these guys are holding back as many as possible during the ultimates, you can consider that when they get by those guys is when you want to try to use some of the guys in the center, right? That's typically how this is going to play out. We're going to try to rotate back and forth. Isolde and the skeleton should take out these guys before they get through. That should work out just fine. Watch that skeleton. You want to help out Isolde. Now we're going to activate Isolde. We're going to activate the skeleton. That's going to give us like 5 block over there. We're going to also activate Gon. There you go. One is going to be over by Trusk. Trusk is going to be taking the least amount of hits for the most part, because Isolde, Crodor, and Cyrus are doing a good job holding this up over here. Okay. Now we got the next group coming in, Crodor and Oleg again. Couple enemies trying to get past Gon over here. That's okay. Alright, so now some of these are going to go through. We might use Trusk at this point. I think. This will cycle Trusk to use his ultimate now. He's going to hold off one of these guys here, one of these guys behind him on the right. So they're doing pretty good. Isolde should be fine. This gear is all very strong. I will go over their stats a little bit more after the fight here. Try to show you what kind of stats we're actually working with here. It's pretty high, guys. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these stats are really, really strong. The gear that I'm using is pretty endgame, but I've been doing triple S way before I had the endgame gear, so. Alright. A couple enemies are always up, all the way up here. They should be fine. Ready for the cycle in Crodor and Oleg again. Broke here can do really well as also he does the freezes. He can kind of do a little more control, I guess. It's really up to you. You can try to use Oleg, try to use Broke here. I know that Broke here requires a little bit better gear though. I can tell you that much. Alright, so let's see how we hold up here. Okay. I'm gonna activate Trusk. Try to hold some of these guys back. We're about to be in trouble there. You see that? Alright. Come on now. Hold these guys back. I'm gonna activate Isolde in a second here. Right now. We're gonna activate Cyrus. As soon as they get covered by Gon, we're gonna activate him as well. And besides that, there's not much else I can do to hold any more of these guys back, so we're just gonna hang tight, and just kind of hope that they do a pretty good job. Looks like Cyrus is letting a guy by. It is what it is, right? Alright, so here comes the next group. We're gonna let Crodor activate. We're gonna activate Oleg as well. Looks like Cyrus is letting another one through. Little bugger. Alright. At a certain point when you get to like the last minute of the fight, the damage is so high that the skeletons don't survive all that well, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to keep the guys back here. We need Gone or Trust to activate. Let's go. Come on. Don't let them all buy first. You gotta activate. Oh no, you activated at the wrong time. So 4 guys are going through. We're at the SS Plus right now. Okay, Gone. You gotta survive, bud. No dying, please. There's the Triple S. Trust really needs some health. Activate Gone. Last 16 seconds. It's kind of just get what you can for now. Protor is about to go down. He's got the best gear. It is kind of what it is, right? Enemies are gonna get by him, and this last 10 seconds is what's gonna make or break you. Either you're gonna hold these guys back, get a couple more 1,000 points for me, anyways, or you're not. It really depends. It looks like we're gonna get a few. These guys are really close over here. If you've seen that. So I did the 1.98. I think there's probably a better option. I could try to swap out Oleg with somebody that has a higher block. See if maybe Avalon would probably be a good job. The problem is that I'm not sure that Avalon can hold them back and survive and stay alive. I could play around with it some more, as you should as well. Try to play with your teams, play with the gear, try to play with, see who dies first. If that one of your heroes ends up being the first one to go, maybe you need to move some gear around and prioritize gear to that unit a little bit more. Just keep tweaking it and don't give up, guys. If you're just on the edge of Triple S, you can get it. You can get it with just the epics. I've seen it happen. I've seen people do it. I think I did like a triple or double S plus, and it was super close to getting the Triple S. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, guys, I do have to show you the gear here. But anyways, guys, I did tell you that I was going to show you some of the stats on some of these heroes. Somebody like an Isolde and Oleg, they're going to have stat ranges of like the 90 to 100k range, which is what we're showing here. Defense has got to be pretty decent. Oleg is going to be a similar kind of stats. We have the 101k, but he has better gear on because he's taking the brunt of the damage up there. Around 7k defense, 55% rage regen. We have Protor. He is sitting in a tempered will set at 124k HP, 9400 defense, 9500 defense. I think with even some rage at 50%. As you can see, he had the best gear, even though he went down first, just because he's taking the brunt of the damage, right? Just how it works. And then we have Gone. He's going to be in a Guardian set with Astral Guardian and 118.5k HP, 10.5k defense. Very good. We have Cyrus, not taking a lot of damage in the center there until later on in the fight. You do want to make sure that he has decent gear, just he doesn't need high priority gear. 115k and 8k defense, and he doesn't have any rage regen because I wasn't really that focused on it. Alright, so then we have Trusk. Trusk is sitting in a tempered will set, Astral Guardian, and he also has right around 120k HP, 8100 defense, and 55% rage regen because he wanted to come back fast enough. All these guys are in Bastion rings as well. But anyways, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out prospecting.gg and join the Discord as well if you have any questions, you need any help with Hellfire Codex or any of the other Codex bosses. People are always in there discussing these things and willing to give tips. So anyways, with that, good luck with your Hellfire Emperor Codex run. I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.